everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know, my name is Caterina, or Cat for short, and in today's Pick a Card reading, our topic is You Are Meant to Hear This Message. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is also linked below. Please remember that is the only way to book any of my services with me. If anyone ever reaches out to you, just know that that is not me. All right, you are meant to hear this message. Can we have a card for group number 1, please? Can we have a card for group number 2? We'll take the top one. And you know what? I'm hearing that this should be group number 3, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down for group number 3. All right, group number 1, you have protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval, and you also have the Onyx bear. Group number 2, you have pillar of light, your vibration is rising, you are the oracle, and you have the Onyx squirrel. And group number 3, you have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being, and you also have the Onyx buffalo. Please take your time choosing your card or cards. It's perfectly fine to choose more than one if you're drawn to more than one, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, group number 1. You have the Onyx bear, and your card is protection, which, you know, that's the first thing that really stood out to me, the protection part, because you have the bear here. And the first thing I thought of when I saw protection in the bear was like a mama bear and how protective those mama bears are of their young, their babies, right? So I feel that you are protected just like that with whatever situation you have going on. And it does feel like, so we have call back your power, cut the cords, and soul retrieval. So it feels like either something needs to happen where you call back your power, or for some of you, you did call back your power, okay? Either way, there's a transitionary period that I feel is going to happen, kind of like hibernation, and it's like, you know, getting your power back, recovering from something, healing from something, resting, you know, definitely resting. And for some of you, it could be, you know, soul searching, kind of figuring out, you know, like what just happened? Why was I in that situation? And also, you know, realizing that you deserve better. And then kind of like, okay, where do I go from here? That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And I do feel that there's a little bit of solitude going on for you, which is actually you know, kind of a good thing right now. I mean, it doesn't have to be 100% solitude, but taking some time to yourself to kind of regroup is definitely a good word that I'm feeling. And so I feel that you're going to be putting the pieces back together. There's deep, deep healing going on, either now or there will be in your future when you start to focus on that. And I do feel like you might feel kind of lost for a little while. But Spirit says, just know that you're putting the pieces back together, you're coming back in touch with kind of like your core being, and everything's going to be okay, Spirit says. And I'm also hearing that you're going to come out of this stronger and having like a lot of courage to kind of stand up, to rise, kind of like rise from the ashes for some of you, because you know, with call back your power and cut the cords, there's something very strong going on here. So for some of you, it could be, you know, a relationship that you have with someone, whether it's, you know, just friendship, romantic, family, something like that. It could have something to do with a career that you've had or a situation that you've been in. any number of possibilities because this is a general reading. But what you want to take away from this is that you are getting your power back. You are going to heal from this. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your other cards. Okay, these cards are so big, so I'm going to do my best to shuffle them. All right, this card wants to come out. What else do you want to say to group number 1, please? Group number 1. Okay, is it this one? Oh, okay, well, these two want to come out, so let's take them. Okay. Ooh, see, this is your card. Butterfly rebirth. You can reinvent yourself. Open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. That is very powerful. This is your very first card. Well, obviously after this one, and I do feel like there is kind of a reinvention going on here with you. And this makes so much sense because, how do we get to the butterfly? First, the caterpillar has to go and into the cocoon, and that's when this regeneration happens, this rebirth. And I feel that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, especially when I mentioned hibernation and the bear. So it's like you're reinventing yourself. And I'm feeling like when you come out on the other side of this, there's definitely a feeling of like you're at a higher level that with your energy, therefore you're attracting different people, different experiences, different situations into your life that also vibrate from that higher level. Because I'm feeling like if somebody comes into your life or a situation comes into your life, once you heal from this, I feel that it's going to be like a repellent. If there's an energy that's somehow connected or reminds you of what you went through over here, okay, you're going to feel this instant no. And whereas before you may have kind of ignored red flags, or you may have put up with things for any number of reasons. And I'm so sorry. See, anytime I cough like that, where I'm just talking and all of a sudden out of nowhere I cough, that typically means that there's something that needs to be released, which I do see you're doing that. But back to what I was saying, you're going to recognize these things, and instead of ignoring the red flags or saying, well, it's just for a little while or something like that, I see you just literally repelling these things and moving on before it even becomes a significant thing in your life. All right. Oh my gosh, and now you have polar bear. Do you see the synchronicities? Okay, so polar bear mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. See, I mentioned that a minute ago. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, renew your strength. Isn't this what I've told you? Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. Yeah. And what really stands out to me is embrace your psychic abilities, because that's what I was just saying. You're going to have, I'm getting like this feeling of like ick. If you encounter those same situations in the future, you're going to know it right away. And I feel that you're going to have the strength, you're going to have the courage to say, no, I don't want that. And also having the courage to wait for what it is that you deserve. Okay. And just know that whatever you deserve, you're at a higher level. Your energy is vibrating from a higher level. Therefore, these things that you deserve are going to be drawn to your energy. Okay. And then we have dog friend. Today, I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. Wow. See, because you have protection. There's another synchronicity in this card. I love this for you. So your very first card is protection, and this card mentions protection. Now, the other thing that I'm getting here, well, there's two things. First of all, first of all, you're very protected. Okay, I just said that. But second of all, the things that you're attracting into your life once you heal and get closure and move on from whatever took you to this place here, very loyal things are coming into your life. Very genuine things are coming into your life. And I'm also hearing that you can trust your instincts and your intuition in the future, okay? Because I'm feeling for most of you, if you really would have, and maybe you know this already, but I'm feeling for those of you who may not be aware, Spirit is showing me that if you really look back and you dig deep into the situation, there were kind of signals, there were warning signs or red flags for most of you regarding this other situation, but for one reason or another, you found yourself deep within the situation all of a sudden, and it was almost like it's too late to turn back now, and then you were just in the midst of this chaos, okay? But it's okay, you can heal from that, and you can trust in the future that things will be different. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Okay, is that 1 or 2? Okay, it's just 1. All right, can we have one more card for group number 1, please? What is the other most important thing that group number 1 knows? Okay. So let's see what you have. Look beyond the surface, number 37. Avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. Focus on the underlying motivation, cause, or beauty in a situation. Seek ways to bring depth to your world. So avoid becoming distracted by surface issues. That's very interesting. You want to look beyond the surface. So I'm picking up here, there's something about your intuition, which was coming through with the polar bear card, where I'm picking up something about recognizing things that look different, but they feel the same. What I mean by that is sometimes when Spirit wants us to go through these lessons, right? Or just in general, we go through these lessons and then we say, okay, universe, I don't want to go through this lesson anymore. I've learned from it. I've grown from it. Please don't send me any more lessons like that. And sometimes the universe wants to make sure that we're ready to up-level our energy. So sometimes what the universe does is sends us a situation or a person that looks better than the previous situation or person, but this is what I was saying earlier, there's an energy around this person, place, thing, or situation where it's like, something about that is making me pause for a minute. But then a lot of times, I'm sure we've all done this, or maybe some of you haven't, but I know I've done it before, where we're like, oh, it's okay. It's, and you just kind of brush off that feeling. And that's what I was saying. You have the power now to recognize that and to say no to things. So definitely looking beneath the surface of the way something looks and really tune in to how it feels. Okay. Now, what else? We have number 11, persistent drive. See what you desire and move toward that goal. It is time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition. Here again, we have intuition and instincts to guide you for the optimal outcome. And there's something about number 11 that's really standing out to me. So some of you may be seeing the number 11, 11, 11, any combination of that, 111, things like that. I feel also that something, that led you to this point, something that took your power from you. See, you have soul retrieval here. So something that took your power from you, I feel that it took you away from your purpose or something that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. And you're getting that power back. Okay, you're getting your drive to be your highest self, your highest good, right? To pursue things that are things that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. Because whatever it was over here, Spirit is saying you're not supposed to be wasting your time with this type of situation. Okay, that you deserve better. All right, so let's look at your tarot cards. What else can you tell us for group number 1, please? Group number 1 is meant to hear this message. What can you tell us? Okay. The 5 of Cups. Ooh, this is powerful. Okay, let me set these down because it really helps if I can just focus on the cards and not hold the cards. Okay. All right, so there's a couple things here. There's something about you looking back at your past, and Spirit says that it's okay if you want to look back in the past and look back at what you're walking away from. However, Spirit says don't get stuck there. That whatever this was, whatever it okay, how do I say this? Because I don't want you to, I'm not minimizing the pain that you're in. It's just Spirit is showing me that anything that was lost or anything that you perceive that you lost, those things, those people, places, things, situations are, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. First of all, they were holding you down. They were holding you back from your highest potential, okay? And the things that are coming into your life will far, far exceed anything that could have happened with these other things that were in your life. So ultimately, when you truly heal from all of this and you move into this new energy here, you're going to be able to look back and say, wow, I really was in a situation there and I really did deserve better. And some of you may already know that. Some of you are like, oh yeah, I know I deserve better and I'm about to, receive better. And that's amazing. That's great. But for those of you who are still longing for what you had in the past, just know that things are going to be much, much better. And anything that was lost is going to be replaced. And I'm seeing tenfold. Okay, so much better things are coming in your future. Wow, your reading is very, very powerful. I'm telling you, this energy is so powerful. I feel like there's a massive, massive shift going on in your life right now. Either right now or that you're about to step into. So this is the World card. And, it's so significant, especially when you have the Butterfly and Rebirth card here. I feel that before you were kind of stuck in a situation, you felt like you were stuck, and you may have been stuck for one reason or another, but I feel like you're breaking through the chains that once kind of held you back. And I feel that there is a huge, huge new world coming in for you. And it's a new chapter, it's a new book, it's going to be so much different. There's so much light coming in also because it feels very dark, kind of depressing wherever you were before. So that is going to be changing for you. The 3 of Pentacles. You see how this person is so excited, just welcoming in the new? I feel this is going to be your energy. If you're not here yet, Spirit says, don't worry, you will be. It's okay. Just take your time. Healing is definitely a personal thing. We all go through that at our own pace, and you should do that as well. So there's going to be a feeling of renewal and grounding that's coming in. There's also something coming in where things are coming together for you. Whereas right now, you may feel like all you're seeing is what you lost, and you're not seeing the new coming in. But I feel there's something mysterious at work here where you could be pleasantly surprised with what kind of appears right before your eyes once you kind of get over this hurdle of healing and calling back your power. Because cutting the cords, that can be one of the hardest things to do when we have energy, when we're connected energetically to a situation or a person, and we know it's for our highest good to cut those cords, but that is very, very difficult. But Spirit is saying that yes, it's going to take courage, yes, it's going to be difficult, but you're going to come out on the other side, and everything is, I feel, just going to come together for you, kind of magically. And I also feel there's something about the mama bear and the dog. You know, if you're not a dog person or if you've never had a dog, they are so loyal and so protective. So you have like this massive, massive protective energy. You even have the polar bear here. So I feel that the universe is protecting you, but I also feel that the situations that you're going into are going to be very protective of you. I feel like where you're going, the situations, the people around you, there's a lot of loving, caring, nurturing energy, very protective energy. So this is with anything. This is if you are looking for a new job, new friends, new support groups, you know, new romantic connection, you know, if you're finding your soul family, things like that, there's a lot of protection there. So we have the Seven of Cups. Ooh, okay. This is confirming what I said earlier about recognizing when things have an energy of what you just left, okay? Because there will be signs. Some of them will be really obvious and some of them will be pretty subtle. But if you look beyond the surface, you're going to be able to recognize and see things for what they truly are. And that goes both ways. Do you see how the Seven of Cups is below the dog card? So you're also going to recognize when things are positive, when there is no ulterior motive to these people, places, things, and situations. So it does go both ways. You'll be able to recognize the negative, but also the positive. The Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. And look at all the power that's in this card. I love that. So remember I was talking about you calling back your energy, getting your power back, your strength back. That's what we see here. And you're truly building something that is something that nobody can take away from you, okay? Because whatever situation you were in here, I feel that somehow your energy and your power was taken away from you. That does not have to happen again. As long as you recognize and look, you know, beyond the surface, look at how strong you are here. So you're rebuilding something. I feel that also look at how protected you are in this forest. There's also so much healing, so much incredible healing that's happening here. And you're rebuilding a life and kind of this foundation with your new life that you could take as far as you want to go. So, you know, it's no matter what it is, if you know, because I'm really feeling that whatever your situation, let's just say that this whole situation was from a really, really, really toxic work environment. So in that case, what I'm seeing is that you will find a job or a career that suits you, that you love, that you enjoy going to or doing every day. But I'm also seeing that you're meeting new people as well. So new people are coming into your life through a new job or new experiences, you know, and I mentioned a job because this is the Ten of Pentacles, so that could definitely be the case for you, you know, career, job. But also, I feel some of you are kind of moving somewhere, moving into a new home, a new environment, and starting this new foundation. So whatever it is for you, it's going to bring you a lot of abundance, a lot of abundance. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah. So this is really speaking to what I was saying with the persistent drive card, where some of you are really kind of rethinking your entire life, not just your situation, but your entire life. And you're saying, you know what, I deserve more, I want more, and I'm going to go after more. So when you come out of this, you know, hibernation phase, I feel that you have a new perspective on life. And some of you are finding your calling in life. You're discovering who you're supposed to be in this life, who you truly are, and you're doing things differently. And so with the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups, this could be an example for some of you, and for others of you, this will be literal. You're finding it's like you're pursuing something that's in your heart. You are saying yes to things that really matter to you. And you also have the power and the courage to say no to people, places, things, and situations that do not resonate with you. The Magician. Wow. Okay, so first of all, do you see there's an animal back here? So I feel like you are very protected. I feel Spirit is watching over you. And remember, how did I say it? I can't remember exactly my words, but it was something about things kind of falling into place. I think it was with the World card, where these new energies, like, it's like a magnet. You're going to see how you're calling into your life really, really positive experiences, really positive people. And there's also something about you really clearing your energy when you cut the cords over here. You're not only cutting cords, but there's a deep, deep cleansing, like a soul cleansing that I feel is going on here, where you had either deep ties to this prior situation or very intricate ties to a person, or it could even be a place, okay? And so what's important here is to cut the cords, but then you also need to do some healing. And I'm seeing you doing that. And then after that, that's when I see you have this soul retrieval, and you're calling back your power and you're discovering who you truly are here. And so with the Magician, after you do all of that, it's like you become this extremely powerful force. And if you manifest or visualize, I feel that those things are going to appear magically right before you, right before your eyes. The Two of Wands, yeah. So I feel like you have a lot of decisions to make, and literally I feel that you're packing up your bags and moving somewhere else. And so for some of you, well, I just said literally, but for some of you, that's literal, not all of you. But in a sense, it is kind of literal for all of you. And I know I've just kind of contradicted myself, but what I'm trying to say here is that all of you are either literally or figuratively packing your bags and moving on from a situation. And you're letting the past burn, kind of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. And so, yeah, I feel that there are decisions to make, very, very important decisions to make regarding a lot of different things in your life. There's also a sense of preparation for your future, preparation for what is to come in your life, all of these positive things. And it's interesting that you have the Two of Wands and the World card, because this is showing your free will. Do you have to move on? No, of course not. You have free will to do what you want, but Spirit is showing you the possibilities if you do move on. Oh yeah, it was the Three of Pentacles, where things just kind of fall in your lap and kind of come together. And that's your choice here. So that's one choice, one decision to make. And then I think you have others as far as, so first of all, do I stay or do I go? And then second of all, where do I go from here? Do I want A or do I want B? Do I want to go left or do I want to go right? Things like that. The Wheel card. Oh, this is an interesting Wheel of Fortune card, because the woman in the middle here is pregnant. Okay, so again, that's something else that's showing you that you have new beginnings, that you have this rebirth. Okay, so this death and rebirth is happening here. And luck is on your side. Look at all these animals, and look, you have a dog here again. Okay, so that's another synchronicity. But your energy is shifting, and things are coming together for you in ways that they haven't come together before. Especially because I said that, something similar with the Three of Pentacles, where things are coming together. Okay, you're in the middle here. There's a pot brewing in the back here. And then you have all of these animals who are attracted to you, right? Who are drawn to your energy. And that's exactly what I said earlier, that you're bringing in new energies, new people, situations. And it's going to be so much different than it was before. It's like a huge revival. Yeah, now you have the Six of Pentacles. There's so much balance coming into your life. and reciprocal energy, whereas before, I don't feel like it was reciprocated, your energy. And you deserve all of these positive things. You deserve abundance. And all of that is yours. Now, you do have to go through a few steps here, and it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be exactly easy. But I'm seeing you really pick yourself up and, just take it as slowly as you need to. And I'm feeling like it's one step at a time, especially with the steps here, and especially how this person's looking back at what they're leaving behind. But you're not leaving everything behind, right? You're taking with you the essentials that should be following you on your path forward. And then those essentials will be complemented with new things that are coming into your life, new energies. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Don't hold on to things like the Five of Cups here that were causing you pain or anxiety or things that you thought you could fix but were ultimately unfixable. Okay? And don't be afraid to look for new things, because I'm feeling here with the Four of Pentacles that there are new things to be discovered, new things to build, and they're going to be much stronger. They're going to have more. It's like whatever the cords were before, it has a negative energy. I can feel it vibrating. There's something about it that's very tense. It's negative. It's not to your highest good. Okay. But what you're coming into, those cords are going to be even stronger, but they're going to be vibrating with a very, very positive energy, kind of like we see here with the Ten of Pentacles. So I truly feel like you're just building just this entirely new life. Like truly, it's a new life for you. It's something very, very significant. Whether you're moving somewhere, or some of you could be getting a divorce, some of you could be leaving a relationship and moving out of the same location. Some of you are changing careers or changing a job that you felt tied to for one reason or another. All right, your last card is the Death card. It's really amazing the synchronicities that you have here. You have, let's just go through it. So you have cut the cords. So in a sense, this very first card is like a death and rebirth. You have the butterfly, which is rebirth. Okay. Then you have the Five of Cups, which is walking away from something and starting new. The World card, obviously, leaving something, starting a new phase, a new cycle. And in this particular deck, the Wheel of Fortune, she's pregnant. So again, you have that birth. And then the Death card. So what I'm seeing with the Death card is that you're definitely getting your power back. If you look at this, this person up here, it's like, I feel like you're slaying the dragons down here and you're calling in your power and you're moving on. So whatever used to control you, which is down here, that no longer controls you. And now you're in control up here on top of this bird. You're using your intuition and you're moving so far beyond anything that once held you back that it's just going to be a distant memory. And do you see how the Death card is below the Knight of Cups? So you're leaving this toxicity here and you're pursuing something that's in your heart here, your highest good here. Your soul retrieval is right here with this Knight of Cups. But again, you can't get there until you go through the death and the hibernation and the healing and all of that. But you come out so much better on the other side. And that is what I'm seeing for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I truly hope it helped you. If you like this, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 2. You have the Onyx Squirrel, and your card is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Okay, the first thing that I'm hearing is that you absolutely should listen to your intuition. Your intuition is helping guide you into a new areas in your life, kind of a new way of being is what I'm being told. But yeah, I feel like you're rising to exactly where you're supposed to be. So definitely I feel like you're making changes in your life, and I feel these changes came about because there was something that you couldn't ignore, something that you couldn't deny. So it's almost like something was nagging at you in your life or a situation in your life. And I'm seeing that all of a sudden you were like, what is that? And you're like starting to explore, why am I feeling uncomfortable, or why am I feeling anxious in this situation? And so I definitely feel like there was some kind of maybe soul searching, or just, trying to figure things out, and realizing that your heart was kind of calling you somewhere, or calling you away from certain situations. And some of you may have experienced that things just kind of naturally fell out of your life or fell away from you. And Spirit says, things like that were happening for a reason. And just kind of go with the flow, Spirit says, because the more that you kind of listen to your intuition and look for the answers that you're seeking, the more this new realm is opening up for you. And I feel, you're going to get noticed somehow with this new energy that you're holding. So if you're looking for new experiences, or looking for new people to be in your life, or looking for just new anything, this kind of renewal is what I'm feeling. These new positive things are going to just come floating right into your life, I'm feeling. And so you're definitely preparing for something. It's like this up-leveling in your life that you're preparing for. And I feel that it's going to be really amazing when you get to your destination. All right. What else can you tell us for... Okay, I feel like these are your cards. These cards are so hard to shuffle, but I do my best. But these two are definitely falling out, so let's see what we have here. Okay, we have Loon, Intuitive. What have I been telling you? Because you are the oracle. I've been telling you to listen to your intuition. Do not second guess your intuition. Listen to the song in your soul, okay? Trust your intuition as you have a way of knowing. Okay, that's what I was talking about, how this feeling, this anxiousness, or like a change is in the air, that kind of feeling. It was like, okay, this is undeniable. What's going on here? Emerge from the busy life and seek more solitude. Recognize that you are unique and that you are loved. Yeah, the solitude makes sense, because I feel like, as you were saying, what is going on with this feeling, this energy that I'm feeling of change, or where things just aren't fitting together anymore? I feel like there was a sense of soul searching, that solitude, kind of looking for the answers, figuring out what's working, what's not working, and what changes you feel. Okay, that's the important thing, is that you feel that you need to make. Then we have Heron, Patience. Create a place in nature, stillness, and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. Ooh, I love that for you. And look at here. It's like, I feel that there's an energy, something new is coming into your life. So take your time, listen to your intuition. And I'm feeling like, if you are ready to make a move and you're seeing new opportunities and new experiences come into your life, but you're not sure if that's meant for you, Spirit says, well, take your time. You don't have to say yes to anything that you're not 100% sure about. I feel this time for you right now, it's all about you and figuring out where you're being directed, because I definitely feel like you're being directed somewhere or into some new experience. Okay, so have patience with the process. And I feel that there's a great sense of preparation that's coming in here, a sense of renewal, and also something about adaptability, kind of seamlessly could be probably depending on your perspective on things, but Spirit is showing me that you're seamlessly floating from the past into the future. And I feel that why Spirit is showing me that is because ultimately it could be easier than what you think. And then for some of you, you're like, yeah, I made a decision and everything is just kind of flowing and I didn't really have to worry about things. So it just depends on, where you're at in your journey and your perspective on things. But ultimately, Spirit is showing me that in the greater scheme of things, it's not going to be that difficult. Oh, I'm seeing that when it could get difficult for you is if you have resistance to the change, if you're resisting what your body is trying to tell you, if you're resisting your intuition, things like that. That's when it could be difficult, okay? So just keep that in mind. And if you keep feeling this resistance, or if you keep feeling a fear of, I need to go forward, I need to make a decision very, very quickly, Spirit says just relax, take a deep breath. And again, I'm hearing that you don't have to rush things. What? Okay, is that 2 cards? Your cards are just ready today. So let's see what we have for you. Look at this. Number 18, clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase and would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, whether it is in your physical body or your physical space. This takes me back to the last thing that I said about if you resist, that's when it can become difficult. But if you say, okay, these changes are inevitable, I need to kind of go with the flow. See what we have here, going with the flow. And yeah, it is going to be a little mysterious, I feel, but listen to your intuition. This is number 18, so that corresponds to the Moon card, which is a deeply, deeply intuitive card. So you have so many cards here about your intuition, and I just keep seeing you sitting in silence and just allowing the answers to come to you, because the universe is going to be sending you signs and synchronicities, possibly something to do with numbers for some of you. That could be very important for some of you. And I'm seeing coins for others of you, where you might just walk into a room and then there's a coin there, or you find a coin in your car or something like that, and it has like a significant date on it, or it could be someone who's passed on to the other side who's trying to give you a sign. It could be your spirit guides trying to give you a sign. So just be aware of that happening. All right, so we have number 43, setting up parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. Yeah. Remember what I was talking about where I said that it feels like some of you are feeling this undeniable call, this undeniable sense of, I no longer belong where I am? Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. So assess things, and if it doesn't feel right, then it's probably time for you to release certain things and level up your energy. See, do you see here, clearing the excess and setting up parameters? And the reason why, so you need to clear the excess so that you can walk into the new, so that you can welcome these new experiences into your life with open arms. What else can you tell us for group number 2, please? Group number 2 is meant to hear this message today. What would you like to say? Okay. The Hermit card. This is what we've been talking about, where you're, searching for answers, or you're trying to figure out what is this feeling I'm getting, where things start to feel uncomfortable. And then once you realize that, and you say, okay, well, I guess that means that I'm not supposed to be where I am anymore, but where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to be doing? What are these changes that I'm supposed to be making? And you're finding these answers. And I just feel like it's not that difficult for the majority of you. And some of you may be saying, no, but it's really difficult. In that case, Spirit says that sitting in silence and decreasing the amount of distractions that you have, whether that's work distractions, friend, family, other distractions like social media, or, watching a movie or a show to distract you from the issues at hand, or going out all the time, or, whatever it is. Spirit is saying try to decrease those and try to sit with yourself, even though that can be incredibly uncomfortable. Try to do that, because that's when the answers will just effortlessly flow. All right. The Knight of Wands. Yes, I feel like you're being called into this new energy. Like your vibration is changing. Your energies are getting higher and higher. But I feel that there's something going on here with some sort of passion that you have, something you want to pursue. And I feel that you're realizing what this is. First of all, when you can kind of sit in silence and figure out exactly what's going on here, but also with these certain things that are falling away from you, falling out of your life, especially with clearing the excess, it's like you're starting to feel like, okay, have I been doing things that have meaning? Am I living to my highest potential? Okay, so if certain things are falling away from you, are falling out of your life, that's happening for a reason. It's because you have changed and you're no longer meant to be doing what you were doing before, whether it's, work, relationship, family, where you're living, whatever, right? Because we're looking at a general reading here, but yeah. And so as you come out of this time of kind of solitude, and when I say solitude, I don't mean like you have no contact with anybody. I just mean where you're taking time to meditate for a few minutes a day, or go for a walk, or, whatever it is. You're coming out of that, I feel, with a new purpose. The Eight of Cups. Yeah. Do you see how you're walking away from things that were no longer working? And you have the new path. You're literally laying the foundation for a new path in your life. And it doesn't mean that these situations that you were in, or that, people you were around, it doesn't mean that they were necessarily bad people or bad situations. It just means that you're ready for new challenges, or you're ready for new experiences. And so it's, it can be very difficult doing that, especially if you were happy where you were. So let's say that some of you, took some classes, you were in a job and it was going great, but then you took some classes and you're like, you know what? I think I'm going to go for a promotion, or I'm going to look for another job at another company because I have this new skill set. And maybe you loved where you were, but it's time. You gave everything that you could, that you got everything that you could, in return. And so it's kind of bittersweet. Okay, so that could be going on here too. It doesn't have to be that you're leaving a negative situation. It's just that one way or another, you're up-leveling your energy, and Spirit says just go with the flow, because you're literally flowing into amazing experiences, and really you're going to land in a place where you are meant to be, especially at this particular time in your life. The High Priestess, yeah. This is an intuition card, okay? So listen to your intuition. You are the oracle. The answers are within you, okay? And there's something that is awakening within you. There is renewal. There's rebirth. Look at all of these butterflies, okay? So I feel like you're finding the answers. I feel that some of you could have been happy where you were, but there is this emptiness. There's something that was missing, something that, like, maybe you were longing for more or something different, but you didn't know exactly what that was. And I feel that that is exactly what you're figuring out. Yeah. And then that's leading to this new beginning. The Ten of Pentacles. Wow. This is powerful, very, very powerful. I feel like you're setting roots, or you will be setting roots, not only with where you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be, but it's like almost like a soul calling or something like that. So some of you may be called to a particular location or a particular career, or you may be called to like a particular hobby or something like that. So I feel there's several things going on here. I feel like you're going to be encountering situations and people, and for some of you, animals that you're supposed to be encountering in this life. I'm hearing very, very specifically for some of you that you are going to become healers or, something in a healing field. Some of you could, with you are the oracle, some of you are very, very psychic, and that's your soul calling, and you're supposed to explore that and offer that to the world. Some of you might be going into like Reiki or acupuncture or becoming a naturopath or something like that, because, and not all of you, obviously, but I'm feeling very, very strongly there's something about that, or helping animals, something like that is coming through very, very strong here with the Ten of Pentacles. But what is important as kind of a general overview with the Ten of Pentacles is that you're setting this foundation, and it's growing slowly but surely. It's growing into something very, very powerful, something that you're going to love, something that is going to be very reciprocal, okay? So relationships, jobs, communities, all very, very reciprocal, because you're up-leveling your energy. And so you're attracting people, places, and things who have that up-leveled energy, which is what you deserve. Absolutely. And if any of you are changing careers or jobs or anything like that, I can tell you with this Ten of Pentacles that you're going to be making very, very good money. You're going to be very, very comfortable. And for any other situation, that applies as well. This comfortable, you're going to feel very comfortable and knowing like I have arrived where I'm supposed to be. I'm finally at home, meaning at home in a literal home or a career or with a friend group or, anything like that. The Empress, wow. So this Empress is pregnant, and I mean, some of you could literally be pregnant and about to give birth or will be giving birth soon, but obviously that's not for everybody. So more what I'm seeing here is walking into this new phase of your life, right? Clearing the excess so that you can envision this amazing future for yourself. Because with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you have a vision, or you will have a vision. If you don't have it yet, you will after you go through the Hermit, okay? You have this vision for yourself of wanting better or wanting different things for yourself, and that's why you're walking away. And I feel like it's kind of this intricate process, but it really kind of flows very, very easily as long as you don't have resistance, right? Because then here you're starting to walk away, and as you walk away, you're really listening to your intuition, and you're laying that new foundation, which is then giving birth to this incredible new life. And you have butterflies on this card again. And there's something that keeps coming through, because it came through with the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm getting it again with the Empress, where you're very comfortable. Like you feel comfortable in your own skin. You feel comfortable around the people around you. You feel very happy, satisfied, fulfilled. Whereas before, your vibration is rising. So before, it's like something was off. Something started to feel stagnant, or it was causing anxiety, things like that. So it's going to be opposite of that feeling. The Seven of Wands, yeah. You're getting a different perspective on things. You're seeing things differently. And it's almost like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So what I mean by that is, this Seven of Wands is below the Hermit card. So once you get that perspective, once things click in your mind and you say, I'm supposed to be pursuing this here, I'm supposed to be going in this direction, you can't unsee it, where it's undeniable. And it's like this pulling energy that is drawing you towards something. You can't help but follow that energy. And I feel that following that energy is also giving you energy, and you're becoming very, very powerful with this sense of renewal. And you're also very protected as you go forward on this new journey. The Strength card, yes, I love this for you. So it's kind of a delicate balance between things. I feel like you're learning who you used to be, and you're embracing your future, you're embracing change. And I feel that you're learning so much about yourself, about the world, about other people, situations, things like that. But ultimately, you're coming into who you're supposed to be, and you're feeling very, very comfortable and very grounded within that energy. And I feel that there's also something about protecting your energy. Remember, setting up parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries. Okay, this is definitely setting boundaries here. Requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. Yeah. So I feel like you're just reevaluating everything. And I feel what becomes most important for you is your peace of mind and knowing that you're in the right place with the right people in the right situations. Yeah. And again, I'm getting something for some of you where you're going to be working with animals, or you're going to be working in a healing field with humans, or maybe animals, humans and animals. And so Spirit is saying, for those of you that are thinking about that, Spirit is like applauding you, saying, yes, yes, you're finally getting it. You're finally understanding that's what you're supposed to be doing. Some of you might be going into like veterinary medicine or something like that. Okay, very specific, I know, but I just wanted to mention that. All right, the Four of Swords. Ooh, so interesting. This particular Four of Swords. So it's like that bittersweet. Especially how this Four of Swords is below the Eight of Cups. There's something deeply, deeply spiritual going on here. Definitely Hermit energy with this Four of Swords. Also, take your time. Definitely take your time as you go through these changes in your life, discovering who you are. And I definitely feel there's something that could be a little bit painful in this process, because certain things need to be put on ice, so to speak. Certain friendships need to be put on ice or on hold, or relationships, jobs, ideas, patterns, habits, anything like that. Certain things you need to kind of freeze out for a little while so that you can decide, do you still want that in your life or not? So this is such a deep, deep process that you're going through. And yes, it is going to be painful at certain times, but there's such this deep level of healing and discovery that's going on here that you're going to be fine. You're going to be perfectly fine as you go through this. And definitely take your time, have patience, especially the patience card is, above the Four of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So I'm hearing that you don't have to make a huge shift all at once. Like you don't have, let's say you need to change 50 things in your life, figuratively speaking. You don't need to change 49 of those overnight. You can do one here, one there. So take your time, make sure you rest, and you're taking care of yourself. And also listening to your intuition. So here you have the Temperance card, and this is showing you that everything is coming together. And I just keep feeling that some of you are following a passion that you have, or an idea that you cannot get out of your mind. It's like I keep having this vision or this dream, or, something that's going on, and I know that I have to pursue this. And then it somehow gives you wings. Like you see the Temperance card, the person here has wings. So it's giving you a sense of freedom. And I feel it's also taking you places that you have no idea yet. You may have an idea. You may be like, oh yeah, I'm going to travel. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Or I'm going to get this new job. Or I'm going to leave my current relationship. And then whatever it is, you have this sense of freedom to explore new things, to do new things. But there's something that happens in this process where I'm hearing that things come together in magical ways, and they also come together in unexpected ways, but in very, very positive, unexpected ways. And there's a lot of healing here. I keep getting that. And like I said, some of you will become healers, but there's healing on a deep cellular level within your body and your soul. The Hangman. Yes. What have I been saying? Take your time. You don't need to rush through this process. And if other people are pressuring you to rush through the process, remember this card and this one, clearing the excess and setting up parameters. This is your journey. This is not for anybody to say you need to hurry up with this and make a decision or figure things out. No, that is for you to determine, okay? So you don't need to rush this process. You, right now, you need to take care of yourself. You need to listen to your intuition. So try to clear the excess noise. Try to clear the external noises. And maybe even the internal noises, just make sure that you're a clear vessel for energy and information to flow through you so that you can find those answers that are just there waiting for you. All right, your last card. The 10 of Cups. I love this for you. And look at that. Oh my gosh. The Empress is pregnant and it's right above the 10 of Cups. And this 10 of Cups has a little baby here. So some of you could be like leaving a relationship or something like that and finding your soulmate, okay? And having a child, having a family, especially because the 10 of Pentacles is right here. Others of you, what this is saying is that you're finding your happiness. You're finding your safe place. And, no matter what it is, you could be, let's say that you're going to, quit your job, or maybe your company closed. And Spirit is saying, hold on, don't freak out, okay? Slow down with the 4 of Swords, the Hermit card, and the Hangman. What does this mean? Are there opportunities out there that you haven't thought of before? And do some soul searching with the Knight of Wands. Maybe you're finding something, your passion in life, and you're figuring out, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to, go into this career path or do this. And then with the 10 of Cups here, you're finding like your true calling in life, and you're giving birth to this new life that is going to bring you so much abundance and happiness. Okay, so that's just an example. Those two things are just an example, but you can kind of think of that metaphorically and see how it applies to your situation. But just know that you're going through this journey of the soul, basically, and you're ending with the 10 of Cups, which is like this amazing abundance of happiness and dreams being fulfilled, wishes coming true. And that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. You have the Onyx Buffalo, and your card is Birthing a New Age, Birthing New Creations, Dreaming a World into Being. All right, there's something powerful going on here. First of all, I feel like you're going to be, either you're going to be or you are going after your dreams, something that you just know is like right for you. So pursuing something that's in your heart. I definitely feel like there's the new beginning for you, a huge transformation. And Spirit is showing me that you have a lot of protection with you designing your future. And I feel that there are maybe a lot of pieces you need to put together or things that you need to figure out as you go along. But Spirit is showing me that it's really not that complicated of a process. It may take you learning new things, but I'm feeling like there's kind of like stepping stones, and once you get to like one stone, then somehow it's like magically you know how to get to the next stone and the next one, and going around. And so what I'm seeing is that when you first come up with this idea, it might be like, oh, that's complicated. But Spirit is saying it's really not. It may look that way, but once you get started, you're going to kind of intuitively know what to do next or where to go next, things like that. Now, I'm also seeing that you could be rearranging things in your life, like moving one stone here and then one over here, back here, things like that. So kind of rearranging things in your life. And Spirit is saying that, if you're being called to do that, there's definitely a reason for that. And to not have fear. Instead of having fear, have courage. Because Spirit is excited for you. Your spirit guides are very excited for you. The universe is excited for you. And I'm also feeling like, well, you're going to have a lot of help along the way, okay? But when you really get immersed and you get your feet kind of on the ground with this new beginning for you, I'm seeing that you're going to feel very, very grounded, and it's going to bring in a lot of stability and abundance for you. So something exciting is happening in your life or about to happen. All right, these cards are difficult to shuffle, but let's see. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3? I feel like this one and this one wants to come out. Humpback whale singer, sing healing songs for the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Okay, that's important. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Yes, I love that, because you are dreaming a new world into being. Okay, that's what your card says, your first one. All right, align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Look at how powerful that is. And ooh, you have the moon here. See, this moon is important for a couple reasons. First of all, absolutely, without a doubt, listen to your intuition. That's exactly how things are going to come together. And that's tied in with the other thing I was going to say. Going back to when I was pointing out earlier that you're going to take one step, like it might look daunting at first, like, oh, I don't know, this looks complicated. But you take that first step. And then all of a sudden, magically, you're seeing the steps that you need to take to get to the next step, right? And then you get to the next one, and on and on and on, where things just kind of magically come together for you. So what was it that I wanted to go back to? Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Remember that. This is a very, very powerful time for you. Ooh, you have horse and freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. Oh my gosh. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. This is so powerful. I feel some of you, or not, I don't feel, I'm seeing that some of you got kind of fed up with the way things were going in your life. And it was like, but it got to a level where it was undeniable, like almost like something kind of triggered you to go into saying, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm gonna make changes in my life. I'm not happy where I am. And you just became this huge, huge force. So definitely there's something about freedom here where I'm feeling like some of you broke free from something. So it could be breaking free from a job or a relationship or a family, or freedom from limiting beliefs. Maybe you always wanted to, go out on your own and create something of your own in your life, but you were always afraid, or you said, oh, that looks too complicated. I don't know if I can accomplish that. And Spirit is saying, no. You have freedom from whatever was holding you back before. And you're going to accomplish great things. What else can you tell us? All right. What else for group number 3, please? Ooh, that one? Okay. All right, let's see. We have total submersion, number 32. Yes, this makes sense because I feel you're going to be totally just submerged in this new beginning for you. This calling that you have. I feel like it's a calling. All right, don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Do you see how we're talking about goals in all of these cards? Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. Yeah, because I feel like there was something missing and you're about to figure out what it is. If you haven't already, you're going to figure out what it is. And then it's just like, what I'm seeing is that, you start with this idea and then you take those steps like I was talking about. But then once you're completely immersed in this situation, it's kind of like, why didn't I do this before? Or, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. I feel so free and I know I'm pursuing my purpose in life and I feel complete. Because I'm feeling a sense of it's freedom, but it comes with feeling complete and just so stable and so much abundance coming into your life on all different levels. So finances, happiness, friendships. I'm feeling like there's like new connections that you're going to be making with soul family, soul connections, friendships, deep, deep friendships that are just like family, things like that. Oh my gosh, number 25, breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. See, this is the energy that I'm feeling. It's so powerful. And it's just like you're doing what you love doing, okay? You're doing what is naturally like in your DNA. That is what I'm feeling here. This is very, very powerful. I don't know if you can feel the energy, but I could feel the energy. There's so much excitement and there's a little bit of, I guess maybe like fear or a little bit of anxiety, but just a touch. It's like just a little bit, like a drop of that in an ocean of excitement and creativity and, all of these things. So, having a little bit of fear like that, that's not a bad thing. That's perfectly normal. Just if that fear starts to increase as you're getting closer and closer to taking a leap of faith, just take a deep breath and know that you are absolutely being guided for sure. All right, what else can you tell us for group number 3, please? A message that group number 3 is meant to hear today. Okay, that one. What else, please? Okay. The Prince of Swords. Yeah, I feel like you have a new thought process. It's like, ooh, I have this great idea. Did I say the prince? Did I say... I don't know if I said the prince or princess, but it's the Prince of Swords. Okay. And you have this new idea and it's like, ooh, it's like you're getting clarity. And it's okay, because I feel like there was something that was very piercing with this whole situation. It's almost like you were going about life and then something happened that triggered you to say, oh my gosh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Or something triggered you where it's like, oh, I had enough of this. I'm going to make changes in my life. But I feel no matter how it started, I feel like you still came to the conclusion of something that pierced to your core. And it was like, oh my gosh. And it was just like this undeniable sense of, I need to go in that direction, or I need to do this, or I need to learn this new skill, or I need to move here. Something like that I feel happened that really triggered this whole entire thing. And, with the bird here, definitely, obviously, listen to your intuition. So with the bird and the freedom, there's something very significant that's trying to come through. It definitely has to do with you, like, moving into a new phase of your life, but it's also, like, embracing the changes. And I feel like there is something else and it's not coming through yet. So we'll wait a little bit and see if it comes through. It usually does. All right. So you have the universe. Wow. This is the world card. So again, this is, oh, okay. I'm getting a couple things here. This is confirmation that you're absolutely starting something new. It's very, very powerful. There's a huge, huge shift that's coming into your life. And huge transformation. Do you see there's a snake here? So a pretty significant transformation. And it couldn't be happening at a more appropriate time for some of you, you may have had things come to an end naturally. And then when that happened, you're kind of like, okay, what am I going to do now? And that's when you had that piercing energy that came through. And it was like, oh my gosh, this whole new idea is, taking over my mind and it's perfect. So there's definitely a lot of excitement. Now, the way this person is standing on this other person down here, can you see that? I'm seeing this is connected to the freedom and the eagle here. So that does make sense, where you're getting control over situations that perhaps once had control over you. So it could be your fears, like you're literally stomping out your fears, or you're reversing a situation where before something may have been holding you back, and now you're saying, oh, no. I'm going to put you under my foot, and I'm going to step directly into this new world, this new page in my life. And I'm also feeling with the world in dreaming a new world into being. Anything that you dream right now, like literally or figuratively, anything that you are manifesting, visualizing on a vision board, whatever it is that you're doing with the situation, be very, very, very specific, because I am seeing literally what you are wishing for, what you are dreaming for is going to come true. The Fool card, see, taking that leap of faith. I love that for you. Is it scary? Yes, of course. Look at this little alligator down here. It's a little bit scary, but oh, this is so cute. It looks like the lion is about to push this person over the edge. Like if you don't take that leap of faith, then the universe is going to push you toward it. So here's what I'm seeing with that. If you get to a point where you're really, really terrified to take that leap of faith, Spirit is saying that the universe is going to do something to kind of push you forward. So, it could come in many different ways, where let's just say, for instance, that you're like, well, I have this great idea, but I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know. Let's say you want to, do something with like a side hustle, turning that into like a really, decent money making idea. You say, well, I don't know if it's going to work, or, I don't know how to come up with the financing to do this. What I'm seeing here with this tiger is that Spirit is going to push something into your life, or push you into a situation where you're meeting the right people. You're meeting somebody who says, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. Like, no, absolutely do that. And I know someone, I know a bank or something where you can get a loan to get you started, something like that. And I feel that also you're going to be opening up new areas in your life and discovering new things that you didn't even realize these things were missing from your life. But you're absolutely very, very protected as you go forward. There's going to be a lot of curiosity with what you're doing. So if you're doing something where other people will notice you or your product or a service or something like that, I feel that you're going to get the recognition that you need at the right time, and things are going to come together in perfect timing. And also look at the sun. The sun is shining on your idea, on your dreams. It's very nurturing, okay? So also have patience with this. I'm feeling like you will need the most patience in the beginning, because you're kind of learning things, or you're putting things together. But absolutely, once you get rolling, things really come together. So we have the Hermit card. Yeah, I feel, okay, first of all, this Hermit has an hourglass right here. This is the perfect time for you to take this leap of faith. Yeah. So with the Hermit card, there was something that called you to these changes in your life. And some of you may have had a feeling of emptiness, or something may have come to an end for you, which kind of led you on this soul searching journey. And I also feel like if you're still trying to figure out how you're going to make this work, what I'm seeing is that you're about to leave this place of like thinking things or thinking through things and researching things, and you're about to emerge with the beginning of an idea. And Spirit says, listen to your intuition, follow this idea. It's a great idea, and it's going to bring you everything that you've ever wanted into your life and more. So even things that you didn't realize were missing, or things you didn't realize how amazing it would be once you have these things in your life. All right, what else? Is that one or two? Okay, it felt like two for a minute. Ooh, you have the Empress. Okay, this is literally what I just said about how much your life is going to change and how comfortable you're going to be. You're truly setting the framework for the rest of your life with this idea. So this idea is going to take care of you, and you're going to take care of this idea. So this Empress is pregnant here. And so it's like right now, you're nurturing this idea, you're giving it life, right? But once this idea is born and it's out in the world, it starts giving back to you, okay? In the form of abundance. So finances, happiness, feeling more comfortable than you've ever felt in your life. And there's a lot of productivity. There's a lot of action that's happening here. A lot of interest in what you're doing. A lot of reward that's coming in for you, whatever this is. And so much growth. And you just feel very, very accomplished and happy, and a lot of rewards. Like I just keep seeing rewards coming into your life on like in multiple different areas. Oh, wow. So you have the Judgment card. Yeah. So I feel that what happened is there was something that made you start thinking and seeing things differently, saying, you know, something that triggered this. It's like you may have been somewhere and had a conversation with somebody. Let's say that you had some kind of talent or something, or maybe you were just having a conversation with someone and they were like, wait a minute, you can do that? And you're like, well, yeah. And then they were like, wait a minute, let me look into this. Like, what is it? Show me what you can do, or something like that. And then they're like, wait a minute, why aren't you doing that as your career? And then you're like, well, I don't know. I never thought about that before. You know, something like that. And it doesn't have to be career. I'm just saying this as an example where it could be someone pointing out something to you and you're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I see that for myself? And they're like, well, now you see it. And so there was something that triggered this. And it's like now you can't walk away from it because now you're seeing your destiny right in front of you. And so I feel that you have this feeling in your bones like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be doing this. I know I'm going to be successful. And yeah, it might be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but you're going to get those answers. Everything is going to come to you. And there's this great sense of renewal that's coming in. So much like stability too. I don't know why I keep getting stability. So maybe where you were before was unstable, the environment, or maybe finances were unstable, or energy between friends or relationships, things like that could have been unstable. But what you're coming into is very reciprocal, very stable, and it just keeps giving back to you. The Five of Swords, yeah. So I feel with the Five of Swords, so you're walking away from something that just wasn't giving back to you what it should have or what you expected it to. Kind of saying, you know what? Someone else can have the situation because I deserve better, or I want better, or I have this better vision for myself. So it's kind of like putting something to rest here, getting closure on something, realizing that there's more for you, especially because the Five of Swords is below the Prince of Swords here. So what I'm seeing is that clarity. And for some of you, it could have been that one event that kind of propelled you into thinking about things differently, seeing things differently. Things just, it's almost like you woke up one day and you go somewhere and the energy feels different and you can't turn back. You can't go back. It's just different. And all you can do is kind of slowly but surely release that energy, whatever it was, person, place, thing, situation. And I do feel that there's a sense of grounding that is coming with this. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Something was unstable about this situation. Maybe you tried and tried and tried to achieve something in this situation and you were defeated over and over and over again. And then you finally said, okay, and so this is you up here, and this is the situation here where you were like, okay, that's it. I'm just gonna say it's done and just walk away from it. So yeah, it's like this empowering sense of realizing that something's not working and then realizing what will work for you. The Seven of Swords with futility. Yeah, see, this makes sense because you have the defeat card right here. And this is literally what I was just saying, trying to make something happen, trying to make something work. So for some of you, you could have been trying to get something off the ground. You could have been trying to, like, I keep seeing somebody trying to like do their best at work and always show the boss what you've done and always going above and beyond because you're trying to get a promotion. And then they give the promotion to someone else. And that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. Like I was seeing it before, but I'm really seeing it clearly with these two cards. So for some of you, that's literal. And then for others of you, just think of that metaphorically, where you gave it your all, some sort of situation, and it just didn't work. And so there's a sense of releasing, but also feeling kind of sad and wishing that it would have worked. However, in that case, things didn't work out for a very specific reason, because it wouldn't have gotten you to the place that you're supposed to be, okay? You're dreaming big and you may have gotten like halfway there, okay? Or it may have been decent, but what you want is really, really like this grand vision, and Spirit wants you to have that. And so certain things may not have worked out for a very specific reason, okay? Very, very specific. Time is not running out for you. Things are going to work out. There could be definitely something going on here with divine timing with the hourglass here, okay? So let's see what we have next. Do you see what I am saying? Okay, after the defeat and the futility, you have the Sun card, where everything is coming together. This idea that you're nourishing, okay? For some of you, you tried to nourish it before and it wasn't growing. But when you take that idea, when you take that energy and you put it into a new environment, everything starts to blossom and grow, and it's like unstoppable here, okay? Whereas over here, something wasn't getting off the ground, but then all of a sudden you change one element, or you get different people, or you're in a different environment, and it's like you literally can't stop the growth. And you know what's interesting? Here, remember I pointed out the Sun card with the Fool card? So this is showing, you know, you pursuing this new idea, this new path, bringing something to life. So remember the Sun here, and now look at the Sun after you actually take that leap of faith. And also look at this couple here. So what I'm seeing with these two people is that things are coming together, okay? Every ingredient that you need to accomplish your dreams over here, it's coming into your life. It's very powerful. The Two of Cups, do you see? I literally just said everything that you need to complement your idea, to complement what it is that you're doing. It's coming into your life, okay? And I feel that you're going to love, love, love where you end up. You're like, I feel you already love the idea that you have, or the idea that you're going to come up with, especially because this is below the Hermit card. So some of you don't quite have the idea yet, but you will. And so the Two of Cups, there's a lot of safety here. I feel that there's renewal. There is also knowing that you're in the right place. Ooh, it's also being in the right place at the right time with that divine timing in the Hermit card here. You're following a calling that's in your heart, that's in your soul. And definitely with this Two of Cups, I feel some of you are doing something relating to a soul purpose. And some of you over here with defeat and futility, you may have tried this before and it didn't work out. And in that case, Spirit is saying it didn't work out for a reason. You need to change something within that idea because it's still supposed to happen, but something just needs to be changed just a little bit. Because here you have the Two of Cups where everything is going together perfectly. So do you see the difference between these two cards here, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords, and the Sun and the Two of Cups? It's literally like night and day. Here there's so much frustration and wanting to just give up. But here everything's coming together perfectly. Sorry, I'm trying to move these cards. Okay, there we go. All right, what else? The Eight of Swords and interference. This is what I've been telling you. If something didn't work out, it didn't work out for a reason. It would have tied you down unnecessarily. Like I said, so, going back to the example, if you were trying to get a promotion at your current job or maybe your past job, and you tried and tried and tried, and no matter what you did, your boss just did not notice you. That is the interference with the Eight of Swords, where something was faulty with that. Or, if let's say you're trying to start a business over here and it just wasn't working and you're feeling so frustrated. The interference was the universe saying, no, you need to change something a little bit. Those are just examples, but that's what I'm seeing, like metaphorically. And so what is being released is this sense of defeat and the interference. Any interference that you have regarding this situation or regarding a prior situation, something didn't happen or something came to an end because you're supposed to be doing this, okay? Whatever this idea is that you have here. Okay, let's look at your last card. Strength in the Nine of Wands. Ooh, okay, this is very interesting, this Nine of Wands. So there's a star right here. And on your very first card, you have all of these stars. So the Nine of Wands is telling you a couple things. Have strength. Have strength in knowing that the interference was there for a reason. Have strength with your idea. And have strength with your intuition. Know that you're very, very powerful. Some of you may be feeling very tired right now, and Spirit says it's okay to rest because you want your strength as you go forward. You have an amazing idea here, okay? And it is important that you take the time to evaluate any issues or problems that may have arisen possibly in the past, but as you go forward, and just know that once you get to a certain point with this idea, remember I was saying that with your very first card here, that's when things come together. So it may be a little bit difficult at first with this Nine of Wands, but it's not going to last that long. And then everything clicks together, and then you're moving on from the Nine of Wands. You have this freedom, and then you have this breakthrough. So that is what I'm seeing here. You have a great, amazing idea, huge breakthroughs, huge change coming into your life. It's going to be worth it. Just stick with it. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like and subscribe. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can do that on my website, which is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.